Hi Aries, I hope you guys are doing great today. These are going to be your general messages for July 22nd-ish to the end of the month. We're going to start with the Lenormand. By the way, guys, this is the Lenormand deck that I use. A lot of you guys have been asking me. It's the Gilded Reverie, the expanded edition by Ciro Marchetti. I have a couple of different versions, but this is my favorite, so I definitely recommend. I got it on Amazon. I don't remember how much it was, but if you just check on there. So, hope you guys are doing great. Remember, these are general messages. Don't try to make it fit. If it's not your reading, that's okay. Maybe next time. You want to definitely check your rising sign, moon sign, and Venus. If you're here with Aries sun, that is only one single house in your house, one single room in your house itself, right? To know your other placements. Okay. So let's pull the Lenormand first, then we'll pull the Chakra Tarot for the Celtic cross spread, throw some astro dice. We're going to do some extended love at the end, okay? Those of you interested. Okay, we got message, we got the sun, we got the labyrinth. So this is cool. We got the sun, especially since the sun is going into Leo on the 23rd. First, on the 22nd, we have Mercury in Cancer sextiling Uranus and Taurus. So you want to just be really flexible that day to plans, ideas, and people who you might find to be pretty unstable, kind of unpredictable in your life. Where you're going to be like, what the hell's wrong with you kind of thing. Just rise above it. Don't even pay any attention. Just a little heads up. That might be a little something going on that day. Focus on the 23rd. It's a good day, right? You're going to feel pushed to shine like everybody else, to have fun, express yourself, all that good stuff. Feeling very generous and grand in your gestures and attitude. Just be careful of your ego. Careful of the ego. We always have to be careful of that when the sun enters Leo. Always, always. Then on the 27th, we have a very weird day on the 27th. I'm not going to lie. There's like two challenging aspects and one good one. So it's going to be equaling out, but so that equals weird. On the one hand, we have Mercury in Cancer squaring Mars in Aries. So you're going to have the short fuse on, on your anger, on impatience. That's going to get in the way. You're going to feel like of your judgment. So try to avoid any sort of, disagreeable conflicts that day, because otherwise you're going to probably end up finding yourself in some sort of, situation where you're getting rejected or insulted or feeling not so good about yourself. So better to busy your heart and mind in something else, right? And your body more than anything, right? And then we also have Venus in Gemini squaring Neptune and Pisces. So your sensitivity that day can easily end up creating the situation in you where you feel very vulnerable to deception and confusion. So your tendency may be to be very theatrical in your response to something, or you might actually just want to run and hide and go into shutdown mode, to protect yourself. So you really just draw on your inner strength in this energy and try not to really engage though, guys, because people are going to be super weird on this day. Our partners, people at work, it's just going to be weird. But we do have Jupiter in Capricorn sextiling Neptune and Pisces. That's going to help kind of take the edge off of it, help us to find the positive in the situation. So it's just going to be weird on that day. And then on the 30th, the last little thing we have going on, we have Mercury in Cancer opposing Jupiter in Capricorn, and Mercury in Cancer trining Neptune in Pisces. So what's going to be happening that day is if you're working on any sort of agreements, contracts, trying to get that job, anything like that, where you're trying to work something out with somebody else, it's going to go really, really well as long as you keep one foot in reality and your other foot in integrity. If you have any sort of exaggeration, if you're deceptive in any way, if you're not authentic and solid and whole, it's going to dissolve as soon as it came in. That's the deal with that aspect, okay? So those are all the transits that we really need to be talking about. We have Cancer. Oh, we have a lot going on with your home space. Oh, there's confusion having to do with your home space, because we have Cancer, we have fourth house. Cancer is the landlord of the fourth house. Let's just see what astral card we get, and let's dig right into this. I'm looking at this Lenormand, some sort of messages coming in. Sun, labyrinth. Okay, so just a little reminder. It's all about the future, guys. It's a little reminder, even though Lenormand looks like tarot. It's a type of tarot, but it's a different system. So we have to read how they connect to each other. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. This is so funny to me because I mean, I know a lot of Aries, you know, whatever, but my closest girlfriend's husband is an Aries, and she just found out that she's expecting her second child. It's like 45, surprise. Hello. So he's going to be, yeah, he's in the labyrinth right now. But test results coming in, a response to something, email, text message, phone call, snail mail, a test result, quite literally, as I just indicated. This could also be an acceptance letter to something. This could be a job application being accepted. This could be some sort of communication that comes in that's really good. It's very benefic because we have the sun here. Now, the only thing here is we don't want to be like Icarus, right? We don't want to like get too close or we get so cocky and full of ourselves. You really want to take care. If you're feeling very excited and happy and proud and all of this fabulousness having to do with what this message brought you, make sure you stay grounded, right? Because you are going to be in the labyrinth, and you notice there's more than you're not there alone. So the labyrinth has to do with confusion, in that there's some sort of problem that you need to work through. So, but this is like, you're going to be in the space of feeling like, well, I tried everything I could possibly try. Well, no, actually, you didn't even scrape the surface yet, actually. So if it has to do with that relationship, your approach to that relationship, it has to do with that job, you know, whatever it is, you thinking your approach was like the way, but there are so many other ways. And this is all about trial and error. And every single mistake you make that you feel like sends you back to the beginning was very necessary for you to learn. But this is ultimately positive. And you need to allow other people to help you. But other people are not going to want to help you if you come off as cocky or deceptive or like you know better in any way like that. That's the only thing with the sun always. But especially, you know, when we're getting some news in, because this is going to really fuse this level of excitement. But there's some sort of problem or situation that you have to work out. You have to figure something out. So for some of you, if you were in a relationship and things have been really lousy and you haven't heard from this person, they contact you and you're feeling like over the moon, just so excited. But at the same time, there's a real issue within this connection that needs solving. It's not going to solve itself. You can't ignore it. You can't think your way out of it, you know, like that. This is going to require action, like boots on the ground kind of action. You see these people walking around like, where the hell am I going kind of thing. Figuring it out. This is about figuring out a problem, but it's figuring out a problem that's going to lead you to your future, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is all about the future. And Uranus is Aquarius is all about doing something differently, doing something out of the box. So however you've been doing something, however you've been approaching something, you need to take a different approach, have a different strategy. You need to. We have Neptune here. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, you're a little confused here. Something may seem very unclear right now because it's not supposed to make sense. But remember, on the other side of logic lies divine wisdom. Yes. And you're very focused on this idea of safety, of home, family, Luna, mother. Yeah. Fourth house, house of home. All of that. Cancer. Cancer's ruled by the moon. This is all about I feel. Yeah, absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Let's get into the Celtic cross here. We have the 4 coins coming into this energy. So some of you may be in a mode of self-protection. You may be dealing with somebody in a mode of self-protection. Or you may also be in a mode of like, wow, I have to save every single penny coming in because I have no idea where my next coin is coming from. Feeling very unsure and unsafe about money. The 4 of coins is often called like the miser card, or, you know, but in this day and age, guys, I almost hate that, because I feel like, yeah, well, I think it's kind of smart to to be in the 4 of coins, because we don't know what tomorrow is bringing, right? We just don't, having to do with society and all that. We don't want to make it about that, but just not knowing, right? So holding your coins very close to your chest. Be careful with what you're spending your money on. If you're not resonating with that at all, having to do with money, this could be you feeling in a mode of self-protection. You're just feeling this need to self-protect, because for those of you that were resonating with the Lenormand here, having to do with relationship, where this information is coming in and you're really excited about it, but it's inciting this level of confusion. because you really don't know what to make of a situation, you can be in a space of really feeling the need to protect yourself. Situation right now is the Eight of Coins is crossed by the Hierophant. So very directly, this could have to do with, saving for a marriage, being married, saving for something else, in my friend Steve's case here, it could be saving for their child, their new child's coming. But the Eight of Coins is the Sun in Virgo. And what's great about the Sun energy is that the sun allows there to be a healthy landscape for you to grow on. The sun doesn't do it for you. It's a big misconception when it comes to understanding tarot. As everybody always said, and I always say this, people think because it's bright and pretty and warm, it just brings gifts. Well, it does, of nutrients and warmth and everything that we need to grow things, but we have to be the ones to go out and plant. We have to be the ones to go out and cultivate and water and grow it. But I like this, the Eight of Coins here, because it's Sun in Virgo. Virgo is a very pragmatic energy. It's a pentacle energy. It rules the 6th house, which is about day-to-day work environment, your day-to-day environment in general, but especially your work environment. It also rules health. Okay, so the idea of health is going to be on your mind. The Hierophant energy does represent marriage, guys. It also represents your belief system, what it is that you believe in. So for a lot of you, you may be in this space where you're like, I might have to revisit the way I think of work, the way I think of career, how I make money. All right, because this is a Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius is that 9th house of belief system. What is it? How do you believe you're supposed to be showing up in the world? And is it in alignment with what you need? Is your willingness matching what it is that you need to do? This is something that needs to be looked at. Now we have the High Priestess energy. Now there is a little danger in this, I do want to say. All right, the High Priestess energy is a moon energy, and the moon is I feel and all of that, right? We talked about that. The moon rules the 4th house of home, of comfort, safety, all of that, right? But what happens here, whenever we have a moon energy, you really want to be careful. And somebody always ends up commenting when I say this, I want you to listen to me carefully, okay? The moon is I feel. It's everything that you feel internally. There's no one internal within you to check you, to make sure that you're not telling yourself any false narratives. That's the danger in this. I'm not suggesting for a second that you not listen to your intuition. What I'm saying is to be very mindful that as you're processing things inside of your own mind, that you're keeping one foot based outside in reality, recognizing any potential subjectivity in how you're seeing something. Is everything based in reality? Or are you dreaming way too big or way too much or way too inappropriate to your situation? That is the High Priestess energy, okay? So just a little caveat with there, but I do see you doing a lot of thinking. Your wheels are turning. I do see you, and if this has to do with relationship, you and your partner holding a secret, right? Doing something where nobody else in your life knows what's going on, and you guys are working your lives towards a goal in a certain way that nobody else knows, right? Because it's all this shh. It's kind of like the Virgo, like the hermit in that way. And you know what? Keep doing that. Don't talk to anybody about what it is that either you're working on as a couple or even just by yourself. Now, if it has nothing to do with any of that, this could be you secretly figuring out how you're going to end up leaving your job, how you're going to end up being able to expand your resources, how you're going to end up bringing this to yourself. But guys, look, we have the Eight of Cups energy. So the Eight of Cups is about leaving something behind with really no regret. Really no regret. It's a Saturn and Pisces energy. Something became too heavy, too big, too real, too challenging for you to continue in. And this is you making the decision to leave. So if you're in a space here where, let's just say, you're in the space where you need to save for whatever it is, that house, the money, the engagement ring, the vacation, whatever it is. You're in the space of being like, thinking to yourself, I'm really not happy here. I don't, all right, I'm going to interpret this I'm really not happy here. I can't do this. I got to go. But this is the thing. This energy and this energy, you're really not talking about it. But this is the advice here with the Eight of Cups, for real. if you need to handle this energy with grace, otherwise it's going to create some nasty karma that's going to flip around and bite you in the ass when you least expect it. This is not an energy to ghost anybody in. You have to have full disclosure, be very open, very transparent about why that relationship didn't work, why you need to leave that job, why you need to move out of that, whatever it is. You need to be very articulate. Don't be shady. Be on the up and up, and everything will go okay. It'll be a lot easier than you even anticipate. And many of you have already checked out of a situation already, and you're not even talking about it because you're realizing it's really not what you want. And all of this, whatever you're in, whatever you've had yourself in, has been way too heavy for you. It just is. You want to leave and go towards your dream, and you're not going to have your dreams met if you stay in this situation. Now, for those of you who are couples who are very actively working on something in secret, and you're not telling your friends and family, nothing like that, this may be you guys deciding as a couple to get out of Dodge. You guys might be moving. You might be moving because you're realizing that what you want, need, and desire is not existing where you are right now. So you're not going to be able to meet your dreams. You're not going to be able to have what it is that you want. Because right now you're in a space of feeling very abundant, Aries. 10 of Coins is, this is a marriage card, meaning like asking someone for their hand in marriage or accepting a marriage proposal, that kind of thing. This could be a deepening of commitment, a deepening of communication, a deep sense of abundance. This could also be you becoming very successful in your job, right? And it's Mercury and Virgo. Mercury, from an alchemical perspective, is quicksilver, and that's a very transformative energy. And Virgo does rule that day-to-day work environment, right? So there being something about that day-to-day work environment that's going to be really benefically blessed here. But I feel like it's because you're going to be learning something brand new, because it's Mercury, and Mercury rules Gemini, and Gemini is the student. Gemini is the landlord of the third house, right? So, yeah. But you're dealing with an external energy that's the moon. So the moon is Luna, the moon is mother, the moon is the ruler of the fourth house of home. It's the ruler of Cancer, everything that we count on to feel, nurtured and safe and cultivated. It's also what we feel, again, going back to what I said about the High Priestess, in private. Now, in tarot, this is associated to the Pisces energy, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which makes us feel very confused. So whereas you may be dealing with a partner, you may be dealing with an intimate partner, a business partner, a family connection, a good friend, where they're not telling you everything that's on their mind, but they are very, very confused about a situation because they don't know what is going to happen, and it's a little scary, right? That is the moon energy. Pisces being the 12th house, the house of self-undoing. It's where self-sabotage hangs out, and addiction and all of those things. But it's all these things that we lose ourselves in because we have lack of clarity because of Neptune. We just can't see. And look, and we got Neptune in the astro dice. We just can't see it. So I feel like you're dealing with this with your partner. For sure. Six of Swords in your fear. So Six of Swords is leaving something that you're identifying as toxic, but you're really scared to do it. This is in your fear position. You know that there's an element of toxicity that's existing in your life right now that you need to leave. And you may be leaving mentally, where you're not physically just yet, but it's like you're identifying that there's change. Sun in Scorpio, right? Scorpio is about endings so that there could be some new beginnings, but you're afraid. You're afraid to leave the toxicity. We have the outcome as the Princess of Swords. So this is the Earth of the suit of air. This is equivalent to the Page. So Page brings messages. It's a core card. So this could be just a general energetic influence. It could be you. It could be somebody external to you. So this could be an epiphany that you're having. Somebody coming in and offer you something, you're just realizing something, but it's a truth and it's a reality. This is like a slice of reality pie that's bringing you into this next stage of your life, because Page does indicate it's a baby of the court, right? The baby. It's the youngin of the court. They're not actually babies, but they're the youngin of the court, and they come in and they announce, right? Okay, this is a new beginning, a new cycle, and this is the truth of the matter, right? That's where the sword comes in. But what I like here is that the outcome is fabulous. We have the Nine of Cups, which is all about your wish fulfillment. So I see there being movement. I see there being change. I see there being confusion. Just think about this for a minute. Any of the messages that I'm not seeing. So for many of you, you may be feeling in relationship, some of you may be feeling a very deep sense of lack coming into this energy within your relationship. And here you are trying to save money and do the right thing and move your life forward. And you're crossed by this idea of that deepening of commitment, that deepening, right? Because it's the Hierophant. What it is that you really want, feel, need, desire in your life. And you're really getting very front and center with that. You're going to be in a space of thinking and rethinking and thinking yet again about where you are in your life and what it is that you want. And you're going to come to a conclusion for many of you that you need to leave what you're in, because it's not ultimately going to bring you to what it is that you want, because you're really focused on feeling very abundant. So external to you, though, is this idea of confusion. So this could be somebody doesn't know what they can offer you in a job. Somebody doesn't know what they want in a relationship, or somebody just not knowing, right? It's this idea of not knowing, but it's external to you. I feel like if this moon energy was more solid, you would feel a little more comfortable to leave something, but I feel like part of your fear in leaving is that there's not going to be anything on the other side. But you're just going to get to a point where you're recognizing that the truth of the matter is it is time for you to go after what it is that you really want and go after your wish fulfillment. And for many of you, it is going to be leaving what it is that you're in, because it's just not fitting you anymore. There's an area of your life, Aries, where it's not fitting you anymore. I feel like I got this. Didn't I get this last week for you guys? Yes. Oh, you guys have to check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was like I feel like you guys got like the 8 of Swords last week, where you were in this space where it's like, wow, I don't even fit here anymore. Like, do I even belong here anymore? Yes, I think so. I might be wrong. Anyway. I could do all these readings, you don't remember. But yeah, so I feel like that. I feel like there's an area in your life where you feel like you don't fit in, having to do with that career, having to do with that relationship, having to do with that home situation. Maybe some of you are even living with extended family and you're just like, what am I doing? I can't stay here anymore. You know, it could show up in a number of ways. This is a general reading, right? But that's definitely what I'm getting. And I get that there's this moving on. There's this moving on. All right, so let's pull for those Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus friends who are interested in more information on love. Let's see what we get. We're going to pull some love oracles. We're going to pull some Island Time Wellness. We're going to pull some of my homemade oracles and some tarot for additional messages. Okay. These guys out of the way here. Okay. Let's start with the heart oracles. So this can be an extension of the Celtic cross spread, but it doesn't have to be. Messages of Aries, Sun, Rising, Venus. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Okay, that's this one. And then we have acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And sometimes, you know, whatever the best is, it's going to be something different for each of you, right? Whatever that means. Butterfly. Abundance. Date. Okay. Hello. don't want to say anything yet. I want to pull the other cards because I'm feeling two different things right now. So let's just, your intuition is spot on. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. The butterfly. Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Guys, this does not necessarily mean the next phase could be for good or bad, whatever the next phase is for you. Do you understand? It's the same thing with the reflection. Give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that it will work out for the best, whatever that means. It might be being together, it might not be. Then we have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude, bliss. And then we have date. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date. Then we go a little deeper than that. Your intuition is spot on. Yes, it is. The self-absorbed narcissist will never actually see you. Please don't take it personally. They are broken. You engineered our current situation, and I allowed it to happen. You engineered our current situation, and I allowed it to happen. The self-absorbed narcissist will never actually see you. Please don't take it personally. They are broken. Your intuition is spot on. Okay, Aries, you're gonna know exactly if this is for you. That's a very, you know, if you're dealing with somebody who had narcissistic tendencies. Deflection, gaslighting. What are you talking about? It never happened like that. What's the matter with you? I think you're crazy. You need help. You know what your problem is? Fill in the blank. I never do that. I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't me you're talking about. That was you, kind of thing. 4 of Cups. 6 of Swords. 2 of Coins. 5 of Cups. 7 of Coins. 8 of Wands. Disappointment, disillusionment, 4 of Cups, the checklist card. Recognizing what it is that you're not happy about in this connection. Perhaps they're doing it with you as well. And recognizing what it is that you can't tolerate. For those of you who've been married, this can be recognizing that you were just feeling very bored. And just sort of, you know, just out of sync with the whole relationship. And as horrible as that sounds, you know, that does happen sometimes. The onus is on us to keep the romance and the zest alive. If we don't actively do that, it doesn't happen on its own, right? But is this idea of the checklist. I don't like when they do A, B, and C, da-da-da. But there is this need to look underneath it with the 4 of Cups energy. There's this need to understand what is it in what they're doing to you that's pushing some sort of scars in you. What are they doing that makes you feel less than, that makes you feel some sense of lack, that makes you feel bad in any kind of way? And where is that feeling originated, right, in your life? Is it from your parents or a past relationship, whatever it is? It's just important for us to understand those things for our own self, for our own growth. 6 of Swords, leaving the toxicity. You just don't want to deal with the arguing, the toxicity, all of that. You just don't want to deal with it. You want change. Sun and Scorpio. You just want change, but you're confused. We get the 2 of Coins where you're just like, I don't know. Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? Jupiter and Capricorn. What do I do? What do I do? Like, you recognizing that something has to be done. There does need to be a decision, but you're pressing the pause button right now. And you're not making a decision. You just don't know. You don't know. But we have Jupiter, which is all about expansion, in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. So we have this expansion of the Saturnian energy, of challenge, of structure, of what we need to put our work into. And which decision are you most willing to put your work into? Is it to stay in that relationship but to get into a new one? Is it to stay in the relationship but just be single? What do you want to do? Like, are you confused between 2 people, 2 circumstances, whatever it is? There is definitely this decision that you're needing to make. And we have the 5 of Cups. It's really about disillusionment and focusing on the loss, focusing on the 3 cups that are spelt and not seeing the 2 that are still standing. So this is a very painful energy. There's no question about it. This is hard. This is disillusionment. It's not easy, okay? It's not. But then we have the Seven of Coins. This is where heaven and earth meet each other, right? The Four of the World, the Three of the Trinity. And this is about putting in the work into something towards a very firm foundation. So at the end of the day, what I'm feeling here, Aries, is like you guys went through a lot. There was a lot going on here. I even feel like there was some... I'm getting two things. Some of you were together and you separated and you entertained other energy and you were getting involved with other people. But then something happened where there was this kind of circling back around and you guys are going to try to give it another go. I don't feel like, and I know, please don't get mad at me for saying this, we have the Eight of Wands energy. I feel like there's going to be a lot of excitement to get something back on its feet, but I don't feel like it's going to be good. I feel like things are, because there's too quick a jump from the Five of Cups to the Seven of Coins. I feel like something would be rushed because the issues would not be dealt with there. I'm also getting, though, where something that was very toxic ended and you're allowing yourself to transform and you're allowing yourself to meet somebody new. But while you're going through all of that, you're cleaning that residue off your soul and you're making the decision to welcome a new energy and you're trying to get in touch with what it was that made you very unhappy. And you're making the decision to leave the toxicity behind, even though you still have feelings for this other energy. You do. You know they're not good for you. You know they're not. So you're very focused on the Seven of Coins energy, which is starting this new cycle in your life, which is going to be very benefic for you because this is Eight of Wands is a great energy. It's a fast energy, first of all, and it's a very solid foundation. It's information coming in quick, email, text message, phone call, all good news, a job offer, a relationship, something you're very excited about, whatever it is. And I feel like it is because we get the Date card. And I feel like you guys know everything that I'm saying because your intuition is spot on. I feel like you guys know all this. I feel like you feel like you're dealing with somebody who's rather self-absorbed, okay? Right? But you allowed this situation to be created. Right? And not to put any blame on you, but that's something that's very valuable to understand, right? In relationships, it's like, how did we get to this place? Oh, well, you know what? Maybe they were acting A, B, and C, but if you allowed it to happen, that enabling creates this kind of, passive permission to be that way. And then all of a sudden we wake up one day and we're like, well, you know what? It's so not okay that you're doing that. But you will, if you know that, that's beautiful. Wow, this is a heavy reading, but that is what I have for you, my Aries friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.